Guys, welcome back to the Whatever Football Podcast. Back with episode 6. Back here with Ralphie. How you doing, bro?
Good, mate. Top of the world. How are you?
I'm good. I'm top of the league.
How many podcasts will we get this year where I'm full of life and you're full of life? Probably the only one. Probably the only one.
There'll be a couple for sure. I think, yeah, there'll definitely be a couple. I'm not going to stress over that too much. But let's look, before we talk about anything, I think upset of the week, to be honest, other than, like Leeds Chelsea. But if we're going to be realistic, I think Man United is definitely the bigger upset over Liverpool for sure.
$6.92 I got.
You would have got $200 or something.
I think I messaged yourself and I messaged Tommy as well and said $6.92 boosted. That's not bad for United. Tommy said, Don't fucking waste your money. I went, you know what? You did actually. You did. And I thought, you know what? You just never know. I spoke about it all last week. You just never know. I just held on with it.
Yeah, I always say that. You never know in football. Anything can happen, yeah. But what do you think about, obviously, actually, look, if I'm looking at that game, I don't think Liverpool were ever at the races in that whole game. I think they were so beyond the pace. They didn't show any, there was zero pressing, zero attacking. The way they were defending was lackadaisy. They're just constantly sitting back. Like, that first goal to me was just, obviously there was that chance where Bruno cut it to Alanga. Alanga should have scored that, first of all.
Yeah, should have
been 1-0 early. And then I look at, obviously, Sancho's goal. Like, Van Dijk, obviously, that's just ludicrous defending to me. And we'll have a separate discussion a little bit later about Van Dijk. But I think that defending there. But also, when you watch that longer replay, I know, what's his name, Henderson or whatever, dives in front. But Trent had time to come across onto that front post to at least mark it. And he just was just walking. And I couldn't believe that in itself. Yes. And then
you had Milner. So you had Milner that went for the block. Got obviously done on his ass. Alisson went the wrong way as well, got done on his ass, and then he had literally Trent and Van Dijk. We're going to go on both of them.
I swear it was 5 seconds before Sancho shot.
Yeah, I know. It felt like 5 seconds. Both of them just did fucking.
Bruno
nothing.
Literally had time to say, "Shoot there."
I know.
That's how much time
Sancho shot and scored. Ridiculous.
I can't believe it, honestly. But yeah, like that goal, shocking. I think Trent just honestly, I'll talk about him again separately as well. What was the second goal? It was the pass through to Rashford.
Anthony Martial to Rashford. It was on the severe counter. I think Rashford probably stayed on by the skin of your skin of your eyebrow, mate. It was ridiculous.
I don't know.
I actually thought he was offside. Like the angle that they first showed, I thought he was off by a mile, but then. That's where it's really deceiving because then they put those lines down and it was like
the lines are up to interpretation.
Gomez's shoulder.
To me, I don't get it because Arsenal literally had one the day before, and Jesus was more onside than what Rashford was. Yet Rashford's was given benefit of the doubt and onside, yet ours was called offside. Like we're already 3-0 up. It doesn't matter, but it doesn't like stuff. It's the inconsistency because it just depends on where he wants to put the line. Like. He put it on the shoulder in your game, yet in our game, he puts it off like the front toe. And it's just like, well, what the fuck? Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I do agree. It's definitely open to speculation. And that's what
I hate. I think if it should be like
all speculation.
It should rule out speculation. But I think if it seriously comes down, because he had to zoom in and pixelate the photo. If you're getting a pixelation, then to me, it's benefit of the doubt the attacker scores. Because at the end of the day, football fans want goals. And if it's that millimeter. I don't think even before VAR, I don't think any fans hated the fact that, it's a tight call, it's offside sort of thing. It'd be like, okay, whatever, it's so tight. It was the decisions where it was like 10 meters onside and shit like that. So to me, I don't know.
But you know what? Like even with say like the 10 meters onside, you might get one of those again, like you're offside and it counts as a goal, whatever it might be, right? You might get one of those, 2 of those a year. I would much rather cop it on the chin and go, oh, what a shit call. Personally, this has always been my belief. I'd rather cop it on the chin and go, what a shit call, than to go, like for Rashford to go, right? As you can imagine, it probably would have been about, we kicked off at 5, so it probably would have been about 6 o'clock in the morning. Mrs. was about 15, 20 minutes from being awake. I'm watching it in bed, on my phone. Rashford scores up trying to quietly fucking fist pump, not wake her up, being she's pregnant and everything. I get like this. And it's like, oh, it could be actually offside. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't celebrate. And it's like, goal. I'm like, oh, you sort of lose that emotion, like when you sort of see the replay, you sort of lose. I'd rather it get called offside and go, oh, what a shit call than to lose all that emotion. Because in my eyes, being a football fan, it's that emotion that gets you. Not waiting for 60 seconds while VAR checks it. Is it a handball? Is it not a handball? Is it a penalty? Is it not a penalty? Because, you think about a penalty, right? And, it's a handball after 2 minutes. Well, the raw emotions gone out of it. What do? You go, yes, and that's it. Oh, it's a penalty. Yeah. Yay. It's the passion's gone.
It's true, yeah. I think they got to figure out something with that whole VAR situation. But you guys, even though the Liverpool scored, I think if they got a draw in that game, obviously I was hoping they drawed because I hate you guys. But I think it was just it would have been so undeserved. You guys were completely over them the whole game. They honestly didn't deserve anything. I don't remember them attacking. I know people are bigging up Martinez and Varane and all these things, but I don't remember them attacking. Every time they got the ball, they would just lose it. There's just nothing.
Yeah, they didn't. I personally
just weren't potent. Just
Martinez.
They made Dallo look good. That's how bad they were.
Yeah, but Martinez, Varane. I think Liverpool didn't have much on goal for the sheer fact that Martinez, our backline, the four of them, didn't let them have anything. And to be completely honest with you, the point I wanted to get into was I think about 90. If you actually go back and watch if you wanted to go watch the full game again, the first 90 seconds, I can't remember if it was either Bobby or Firmino or Salah that picked up the ball just over the halfway line at the center circle, facing towards the goal, and Martinez came in and absolutely crunched him. He gave away a foul, but crunched him. And I thought, you know what? Straight away from that moment, I know there's still, 88 and a half minutes to go, but straight away from that moment, I thought, we're onto something different here today. And I just had a funny feeling. And then 2 minutes later, something else happened. And I think we gave away another free kick or something like Dalot or something came in really hard with a great slide challenge and went whack. And I thought, you know what? It's different. This is different here today. And that was from I was still shitting myself because
do you think it's sustainable?
You just never know. I heard something today, right? Is that sustainable every week? I think Ten Hag he had big balls about him, for the sheer fact, drop Shaw English, English talent. Just say English player, not talent. Let's say English player. Drop the club captain in Harry Maguire, right? Kept Ronaldo on the bench, and he's fit. Right, so he made some you think about it, in terms of media bias, he made some really, really big calls.
Well, in midfield, he dropped McTominay as well, didn't he?
Yeah, dropped Scott Fred. Well, there you go. No, so he started Scott, he dropped Fred.
Yeah, dropped Fred, yeah.
So you think about it, right? So those three, Ronaldo, Maguire, and probably Shaw, especially for Malacia, a young fella just come into the club. He made some really big calls, and what I don't
think he had any options, to be honest. He had no choice.
He didn't.
You sort of forced into that hand.
But correct. But you think about it. If we went on lost 3-0 to Liverpool, you could imagine what the media would have been. Oh, you fucking dropped Maguire, you dropped Ronaldo.
Yeah, but it's also the same team that lost 4-0 and 2-1. So
correct.
He's going to say I had to try something. So
correct. Exactly. But that's why when you said is it sustainable, I think does it worry me? Yes. Is that intensity completely sustainable? Probably no. However, I look at the hunger and the aggression from Martinez, Malacia, mate. I think I message you, as I message you, for me personally, he was our man of the match. Although Salah got past him a couple of times.
Nah, he caught Salah a few times. Salah went past, and then he would come back and he'd re-tackle him. And
correct. His recovery tackles if he got beaten, his hunger, his aggression for 23 years old, after playing for Firewood, so a massive step up into a derby. He looked like he honestly, him and Martinez looked like they bled the badge. Right? They look like they bleed for the badge. And that's what really fucks me off about every single 95% of the other players is those two players have been in the club for 3 games. They haven't even started. Like Martinez has started all 3. But been in the club for 3 games, and they showed more passion and hunger than every other one of those players.
Yeah. Look, I've been there, so I know exactly what you're on about. But yeah, you guys, I think, smoked them. Obviously, it's great for your confidence. I think it's got Liverpool in the mud. I've seen, their fans like online have fucking meltdowns. That's it. Title race over. The fact that these guys are giving up already.
Yeah.
Like City are on 7 points, brother. That's 5
points behind.
Last year, they caught a gap of 12, didn't they? In Christmas, they were behind 12 points. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, they're ending. Oh, I can't believe that I did such sore losers. Like, even last year when we lost 3, whatever. Like I said to you, even last week, even if you lost 3, I said the season's still not over because we were 1 point off top 4 after 3 losses at the start of the season. It literally means nothing. It's how you recover after the transfer window, after international. There's things like World Cup this year. Like,
but you know what? I don't think Liverpool. I know, that they've got some injuries and stuff, but Liverpool just don't look like the same team that they were last year, right? And the year before. Like you watch. I know I've watched the Fulham. I watched the full Fulham game. I only watched probably about. Obviously, although I always get shit about it. Oh, you watch fucking Liverpool all the time. Yeah, well, I watch Liverpool because I hope that they fucking lose. So hence why I watch Liverpool. So I watched a full Fulham game. I watched probably only about 20 minutes of the Palace game, and obviously I watched a full United game. And out of 200 minutes of football that I've seen Liverpool play this year for the first 3 games,
20 minutes, I reckon they played good.
Mate, yeah, I was just about to say they look literally like a shadow of themselves. They look like they look like mid-table. They look mid-table form.
If they didn't have Alisson, I reckon it would have been a lot worse as well because Alisson kept them in that game a little bit as well.
Yeah, they look ordinary.
Yeah,
really
ordinary. To me, yeah, they just look completely just out of touch. What I was going to say though, I got 2 points here. I got 2 points. First, Virgil van Dijk. I think that this guy is a fraud. This guy is just acting like a criminal right now. The football that guy is playing, the way he is defending, it's like he's afraid to lunge in for a tackle because he doesn't want the statistic that he got beaten. I saw someone say that, and it just sounds spot on. Like he doesn't want.
He was 100%. He
wants 100% record. Yeah. So I literally think that has to be it because this guy is just standing there like a statue, not pressing the ball, not going to it, and just allowing people to run through. He got done by Mitrovic, done by Sancho. He got done by Martial or whatever, or Rashford or whatever. Like, bro, I think that this guy, he could be on his last wits. And the fact that people put him in as one of the greatest Premier League defenders ever in that whole era of the Premier League, I think that is criminal. I think it is criminal that they include this guy over people like Vidic, Campbell, Ferdinand, like John Terry even. Like, come on, bro. It's criminal. It's criminal.
I agree. It's absolutely criminal.
Honestly,
I've mentioned that many times before. Is he a good defender? Yes. Like, is he, like, on his best times with Liverpool, was he solid? Yes. Do I think he is very, very shaky? And would I rate him as one of the world's best players? Hell no. And you know what? Actually, it's real. I don't know whether or not I actually said this to you, but
he's been shaky.
But the reason why he's been shaky, don't you? Because look at him. He's overweight, mate. Look, he's overweight. Yeah. Like, what do you expect? Look, Van Dijk first Man United. Like, what do you expect? He can't move.
Man United realised at least to dump 2 fat obese retards in Shaw Maguire. Front foot performance and dynamic press pigs. The common gammon. What's this gammon poster child's bias from the British press is in tatters. Stewie, you're gonna have to elaborate for us, brother.
Oh yeah, well I understand what you mean by 2 fat obese retards, Shaw Maguire, because
listen, I think
they're useless. Yes, they're useless.
Completely freaking useless.
Yes, front foot performance, dynamic press. I do agree with you. The first 20-25 minutes against Liverpool, we did what Liverpool usually do to other teams. We put them under fucking pressure. Hence what I mentioned.
I think a lot of teams know how to read Liverpool now, know how to play against them.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens overhyped British identity. Yeah, you're not wrong.
How long until Klopp out?
People are already saying it. I've seen
Really?
it on Twitter. Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter. They said 7 years. Thanks for the memories. It's over. Then there's a lot of this conspiracy theory coming in now that 7th year of Klopp is his 7th year at Dortmund, and he finished 7th in the league or something, and then he obviously moved. And yeah, there's a lot of those conspiracies going across. So people are putting money on Liverpool 7th. Look, I'm not going to write him out. It's 3 games, but they don't look anything close to a good informed team right now. So
the only thing I'm just having a look at the moment, obviously, and I will dabble into it a little bit later, but looking at Liverpool, the one thing that I think could get their season kickstarted, they got Bournemouth at home at Anfield on the weekend. So really, they should be, even if they're 50% of what the team they were expected to be, they should beat Bournemouth at home. So we know Liverpool, right? When
listen,
they get on
I'm going to stick by them. I'm telling you,
these
Liverpool guys are hurting my bloody FPL. I'll tell you that. My fantasy Premier League.
Oh, mate, me too. Fuck. I'm lucky I put bloody Trent. I decided to put Trent on the bench. I had Trent in my starting lineup, and I thought against United, I thought, stuff, I'm going to put Trent on the bench. I thought,
third. No, I did. I thought, Trent on his 3rd week, I thought surely he's going to show up with an assist or something. Or even if Liverpool win, I get a couple of points here. And yeah, just didn't obviously pay off, which sucks. Okay, here we go. Overhyped poster childs. Who we got? Wilshere, Madison, Mount, Grealish, Lallana, Henderson, Rice, Dyer, etc. Okay, I will give you. I think Wilshere potentially was overhyped for sure. He had a great talent, obviously a lot of injuries. Madison, decent but overhyped. Yep. Mount, 100%. Grealish, 100%. Lallana, I didn't see too much on for overhyped. Really, I didn't really rate him too much. Henderson, solid utility. Declan Rice, yeah, I agree. And Dyer, 100 million%. That brother is a fraud.
Mate, I don't mind Declan Rice. Like, I think he's decent. Is he worth like
Rice is good, but when people are quoting him 150 value, best midfielder in the league, it's like, come on.
I'll tell you one thing, Stu. The one, it's probably going to be biased, but mate, Henderson is the most all right, he might be a good captain, right, in terms of the dressing room,
but doesn't mean you're a good person.
But mate, he is, as a midfielder, I do not fucking rate him one little bit. Hey, like, you look at, we're going a little bit off topic here, right, for a second, but you look at, and I was listening to a podcast this morning, you look at the English squad, right, that's probably going to be picked for the World Cup. You're going to have Henderson in the middle. Squad. You're going to have Maguire. You're going to have, you're probably going to have Connor Cody. You're going to have Tyrone Mings. Like, mate, Pickford. You're going to have Pickford. Are you
Rashford?
Are you serious? Like,
if they seriously start picking Rashford, Sancho, and people like that, like, it's criminal. Like, they're not doing anything. They're this, like, Maguire. There's no way that Harry Maguire should start for England.
No chance.
No freaking way.
Neither should Connor Cody or neither should Tyrone Mings. It just goes to show, right?
Pickford's always been abysmal, but somehow always retain. Like, to me, that's why England will never succeed. It's a whole different topic, but yeah, I don't think England will ever succeed especially with Southgate. Declan Rice has dropped 3 disaster classes last season. Mane's given so many English players. Yeah, it's true. Jones, Elliot Milner, etc. Trent's crosses, all stone, understudy. Yeah.
Actually, Stu, you actually a quick point there actually with Mane. So what's the
Mane's 3-3 now.
Yeah. Well, do you think, just quickly on Liverpool again? Do you think that the loss of Mane has had a massive impact on Liverpool going forward?
Yes, I think this is just what I personally think. I think the situation with Sadio Mane and Liverpool keeping Salah under contract and obviously getting rid of Mane, I feel that's the same situation that Arsenal had with Ozil and Sanchez. We decided to pick Ozil for the big deal and left. And I think that cost us tremendously because Sanchez was the better player. I think that I honestly think that that's the same situation. It just feels like it to me, yeah. Because Salah at the moment, he's ghosting. I know he's scoring a couple, but he's ghosting. He's not the same right now.
Yeah, but even then, he's expected that too. And I think Stu just, in this recent one too, with Ginny as well, Wijnaldum. I agree with you, mate. Like, I agree with you, Stu. It's, Wijnaldum and Mane were absolutely quality players, and Liverpool go, oh yeah, bigger and better things. We signed Diaz, yeah, fantastic. Fantastic player. We signed Thiago, yeah, all right, yeah, good player. However, Mane did so much off the ball. Salah's very selfish, like, I know even on the weekend, when we play them, you could always predict it. Salah's anything around 25 yards out on the right hand side,
yeah.
Salah's cut the ball in, and he's going to either try for a shot or he's going to try whip a ball in for a shot that hopefully it's the back post every single time, Whereas Mane did a lot of off the ball work. Salah's all about him, like what can he do to score a goal? So kind of like a Ronaldo, right? Like when Ronaldo gets the ball, a lot of the time he wants to shoot. He's all about the self accolades. Mane was fantastic about providing like a Jesus, right? Well, obviously, let's go into Arsenal. Like a Jesus that I've mentioned many weeks, right? Jesus is fantastic off the ball. Again, on the weekend, fantastic assist, didn't he?
Oh, look, yeah. If you want to start, obviously talking about Arsenal, I think Jesus coming into this team has just been a breath of fresh air. The link up and the space that he creates for every other player in that team is something we didn't see. A lot of fans last year used to praise Lacazette for twerking, holding the ball up and stuff. I never did because it was never good enough. His work rate was shit as well. Like they're like, oh, he drops in the midfield. He comes like, I didn't want that. That's not what I want out of a center striker. So the fact that Jesus is this complete player now and is creating so many opportunities for us, like that first goal that we scored, takes it down off a high defensive clearance, controls it with his feet, beats 3 players, lays it off to Martinelli. He shoots across goals, could have scored, and then just a tap in. Like, that's all Jesus, that goal.
Yeah, so, it was 100%.
Yeah, and so look, there's nothing really like, sorry for the thesis, guys, but a few pundits have raised the shit. Yeah, Abe, listen, bro. Stewie, the amount of pundits out there that are delusional is just ludicrous, bro. It's actually ludicrous.
Mate, that, what's his name? Graham Souness.
Dude, there's so many people, like the whole of the Talk Sport people. I think they're all fucking idiots.
That's Souness. Like, I assume he just got literally just got a gig because he used to be a professional footballer. He has absolutely no idea. That fella.
It's like Jamie O'Hara. I hate that guy so much.
Oh yeah. Oh mate,
Spurs
exactly.
Guy. He's on TalkSport. He's a fucking idiot, man. He doesn't know what the hell he's on about.
No idea. But going back to Jesus, right? So you think about it. 3 weeks ago, probably say 4 weeks ago, we started the podcast, and we're talking about Jesus, and everything that we commented about, and again, it's Arsenal, and I don't like big upping Arsenal players or Arsenal as a football club because it's funny seeing you angry and everything like that goes with it. But everything that we spoke about Jesus and what we thought he would be, he's living up to that. So
I'd say and more.
And more. I agree, and more. But we thought he would do this as a footballer, and we said that at City. Like obviously he doesn't really have the potential to shine, but his assist or his setup, whatever you want to call it, on the weekend was the epitome of what we said he is. I didn't obviously watch the whole game. I watched a little bit, little bits and pieces. I sort of woke up through a little bit and fell back asleep. Woke up through a little bit, fell back asleep. I missed that goal, and I watched the highlights when I woke up the next morning.
Honestly, it could have been like 5-6-0, honestly. Yeah, we sort of just when we got up there, man, we just went into cruise control. Sort of like stop, but when you're 3-0 up, you don't need to keep pressing and stuff right now. We got to save our players. We don't have the best squad depth right now, so still working on it, obviously.
Been very quiet with you guys over the last week, hasn't it?
Transfers wise, you mean?
Yeah, transfer wise, yeah.
Well, obviously there's still the Tillman links, but supposedly they're wanting 50 mil for a guy that's got a year left on his contract, so that's not going to happen. But about a month ago, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out that Arsenal were working on a secret winger, and he didn't have the name at the time. And then David Ornstein tweeted yesterday that Arsenal have been in contact with Pedro Neto's agent and Wolves for the last month negotiating a deal. So, fingers crossed to get that across. Wolves are wanting 50 mil. Signing. Arsenal want to pay about 35, 40. So we'll see what happens. If that's that, obviously to me, that's another quality signing that comes into the team and obviously elevates us, gives Saka a rest. And just gives us something different, Saka doesn't have to play every Premier League game or Cup game or Europa or something like that. So,
and depth is very important because Saka will play for England too in the World Cup. Definitely, 100%.
He will. So, So we don't have the depth, and we're getting rid of Pepe this week as well. So Pepe's going to Nice.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's going
on loan or actually gone.
It'll be loan, but they'll sell him. Yeah, I think it's might be an obligation to buy sort of thing.
Okay.
So because he as of next year he'll have 1 year left. So I'm pretty sure it'll just be this like sale with an obligation or something. loan with obligation. And we're still getting rid of a couple of players like Bellerin's going to leave, cancel his contract this week. So yeah, there's still a couple of outgoings. We're loaning a lot of kids out, which is great, developing them. And hopefully, I still think we need another midfielder. I've always said that. I said that 2 ages ago. If Arsenal can bring in a midfielder and a winger on the right, or like an attacking goal threat, that'll set us up to compete at the top. So
it'll be it's looking. I know it's only 3 games in, but it's looking positive for you guys at the moment. Like, do I? The
only thing that I think, like the fact that we have an identity now, and we've been lacking that for so long, and I can finally see what they were trying to achieve by just bringing in a couple of pieces to the puzzle. The way Zinchenko fits in, and then the way that allows Xhaka to push forward, even though you'd probably, upgrade on Xhaka, which is what I'd like to do. Then, obviously, Jesus as well. And by Jesus being that focal point, it's allowed Martinelli to shine and be able to do what he does. Previously in games, you would have Saka as the only threat, and he would get 3-4 people around him. And now that no one's talking about Saka, he can still do his thing. He's not scoring and stuff just yet.
But
it's going to come.
You think?
That's what I'm saying.
I was listening to I think it was an Optus Sport earlier on this afternoon. I don't know whether you heard it. I can't remember who the bloke that was originally talking, but Owen Hargreaves on there too, right? So that he was an ex-Arsenal player, and he said Arsenal last year, were pretty much within reason were relying on Smith Rowe and Saka. You think about it. That they were the two for Arsenal, right? Yeah, 2.
That was essentially their breakthrough season as well.
Correct, exactly. So you think about it, right? This year they brought in Zinchenko. They brought in Jesus, obviously Odegaard.
And also we bought,
last year as well, but Odegaard's starting to bleed in, but the captain of the club and all that kind of stuff. And they were talking about how Arsenal have sort of developed under Arteta. A young manager, and they're all starting to, a young manager, young team, starting to bring in his players, and they're all starting to believe, right? They're all really starting to jump on board for the process, right, and jump on board the train. And then it's funny actually, because then Owen Hargreaves actually, piped in and sort of said. He said, if there's anything that Erik ten Hag can do, he said, it's follow Arteta's and follow Arsenal's philosophy. I was like, you know what? You think about it, right? That's credit to him. Like this time last year, we were talking about how shit Arsenal was. You were saying they're shit, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? If United even in 2 years' time could be where Arsenal is. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be 2 years. Yeah.
No, but even if it was, right? Even if it took us 2 years to redevelop, where it's like, you know what? We've really got a good plan here. We could seriously make top 4 in another 4 years, in another 2 years' time. So make it 4 years from now. We could be really challenging City Liverpool for the title. Because let's be honest, it might be a big call. I don't know whether or not you'll agree with me, but mate, the way you guys are going, if you continue development in 24 months' time, there's no reason why you guys can't be challenging City Liverpool for a Premier League.
I'll say to you right now, if Arsenal buy depth in midfield and up front like a right winger, there's no reason why we can't challenge this year. We've spent over nearly $500 million. It's been a 3.5 year process so far. If you ain't challenging for a title in a 3.5 year process, I want to know where you're going, because top 4 isn't good enough for me right now. I got angry with Wenger in top 4, and I want more. I spent my whole life depressed following Arsenal. As a little kid, I watched us lift league titles, but I was a little kid, man. We barely got TV coverage here in Australia for it. So you didn't watch every week.
Yeah.
So I've been watching every week, sleeping, getting no sleep, being depressed for 20 years. So look, like I said, if we get depth in midfield and we can strengthen up top as well, there's no reason why we can't compete for the title and at least give it a good run this year. Like I said, I had us at 3rd anyway. So I want us to at least be up there and at least trying to challenge. That's all I want this year, is to challenge.
Yeah, and that's the and I think you've got to. Will you win? I don't think so, but yeah.
No. I'm not coming in saying that we're going to freaking win, but I want to give it a go. There's no reason why.
Well, you got Fulham this weekend, mate. So you could be 12 from 12.
Well, look, I said before going into the season, I said those first 5 games, for me, they should be all, 15 points in those first 5, because then we've got you. And I said, regardless of your form, it's always a shit show anyway. We've only won once in 14 years at Old Trafford. I don't know if it's a home or away game, but it's always a tough game, regardless.
Old Trafford first game.
Is it? Okay. So we've only won one stand. What was it? 1-0 or something? Or was it 3-1?
No, I think it was that one when Paul Pogba conceded that penalty, I think.
Yeah,
Last
the
year?
Aubameyang penalty or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Or Saka penalty? I can't remember honestly.
I think it was either a foul or a handball. I think Pogba in like the 65th minute, 70th minute, something like that. I still remember it very vividly.
Look, enough about Arsenal, I think. Let's just quickly touch base on Chelsea.
Fucking ordinary, eh? Very, very. I actually had him. So, funnily enough, I had a not an all football multi, but I actually had a multi on, with some rugby league and some AFL and some Premier League and all that kind of stuff. And my last two leagues were Chelsea and City. So I thought, so go figure, right? So, I thought, should I cash out? And I thought, nah. Woke up. So I set my alarm, to sort of wake up for about halftime just to sort of see how it was going. And I woke up with about to go to Lou with about 15, 20 minutes down. And I thought, Chelsea down 1-0. And I thought, I'll watch this. And I was watching it. And then all of a sudden, Leeds scored again. And I thought, shit, like half time, can Chelsea came back? Leeds score again. And I thought, fucking hell. And then Koulibaly just lost it, didn't he?
Dude, he just lost it. The money that these guys are spending is like it's nothing different. Obviously, they've got new owners now, but it's just crazy, man. Like they're gonna go and spend on not Kunde, what's his name? Fofana, 80-ish million.
Fofana, yeah.
Just bought Cucurella for 67. Koulibaly, what was Koulibaly, like 45 or something?
Yeah, Aaron Gordon, apparently I read about an hour ago.
Oh, this Gordon thing like 67 or something?
Aaron Gordon reckons he's told Everton he wants to go to Chelsea. He's for 50 million. I think it's 50 million. He's a young striker. He's pretty much Everton's only prodigy, like as a teenager. And he wants to go to Chelsea. They're going to pay him. They're going to pay 50 odd million for him. Like, mate, I've watched 2 Everton games so far this year.
It's crap.
And don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, you're only as good as the players around you. But mate, I do not fucking rate him. I would pay 15 million for him, not 50.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Chelsea are like a Liverpool, mate. Like the amount of. Well, not so much like a Liverpool, but in terms of their expectations at the moment, I like a Liverpool. But Chelsea, in my eyes, should be doing better than a Liverpool because Chelsea spend that much money over the last
spend that much money, go through so many freaking managers. They won the Champions League, and I thought, this is going to be it. They got Saúl Ñíguez, they got Lukaku, 100 mil or whatever, 110, whatever it was at the time, and just nothing. And they complain that they're not backed.
What do you think about it? Lampard, not last year, but the year before, wasn't it, for Lampard? Yeah, so Lampard was, because Tuchel was all last year. So Lampard, what we'll say, this time 2 years ago, Chelsea signed on, 7, 8 players for Lampard. They signed, Silva, Havertz, Werner,
everyone. There's so many.
Everyone. So many
what's his name? Ziyech or whatever.
Yeah, Ziyech, so many players, right? No good, gone. Obviously Tuchel comes in, wins the Champions League. Last year, Lukaku, Saúl Ñíguez, who else? Who else? You
remember they bought Mendy as well. Mendy as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Mendy came in because Kepa was 80 mil.
That's
Backup
right.
keeper's 80 mil.
Yep.
Like, come on, bro. These guys are fucking
this year.
Cash.
Look at who they bring on this year. Sterling.
45. Sterling 45.
Yeah. Who else do they've got on?
Left back Cucurella 67.
Cucurella. That's right. Cucurella.
They're gonna bring in Fofana, who's quoted as 80 so far, which is just ludicrous.
80 mil. That's
80 mil for Fofana. Yeah. That's what has been quoted. And then they got Koulibaly, I think was
they got Koulibaly. There you go. Yeah, Koulibaly. And then they got
they spent bags, man.
There's someone else. I swear there was someone else. They got Conor Gallagher.
Well, he came back off loan, so
he was there on loan, was he?
He was on loan at Thingo, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't realize he was on loan. I thought they actually signed.
Yeah, he was just a loanee from Academy.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go, right? It just goes to show it's like that's right. In the season's son, they sell like Chilwell and all that kind of stuff. I'm just looking at their team now. So, mate, they would have spent that. They probably would have brought in the last 2 years. So we'll say 26 months, right, before the season started under Lampard. Mate, they probably would have brought in 15, 16 new players.
It's crazy.
And they're, don't worry, they still could go on to win things and they could go on to win the league, whatever. But their expectations for signing, say, 16 players in the space of 2 years, they should be demolishing it. They're pretty much just trying to buy the league every single year, and it's not working.
Well, so I guess it's similar to what you guys do. They've obviously been a little bit more successful at it, but you guys have always splashed big cash at people and done that sort of stuff. So at the end of the day, I don't think the big cat. You got to have some sort of structure in place. Obviously, Arsenal, at the start when they started this whole process bullshit, it started with things like signing David Luiz, signing Willian, getting in Ceballos 2 years. You know what I mean? Like all these things that just didn't work out for us. So I think obviously
but there's also signing players to big cash, and there's also signing players on big cash, if that makes sense, right? So say obviously going back to Casemiro, that we signed through the week since we last been on the podcast, right? Great signing. I think fantastic.
If I was a manager and you said I want
£50,000 a week,
£400,000.
400,000. Well, there you go. I thought it was 350. £400,000 a week.
Second highest paid after Ronaldo.
And he's on a 5-year contract. So at 35,
I think it's 4 years. 4 years.
With an extension of 1, so we can keep him. So even say after 34, right?
That man is set for retirement.
Say at 34, all right, we either sell him for a free or we extend his contract for a year to try and get a price for him, right? To try and get some money for him. So we got a 34 turning 35-year-old on 400,000 quid a week. Who is going to want to sign a player if he's on 400,000 quid a week? I'll tell you one thing: if I'm Casemiro at 34 and a half, and the United's going, hey, do you want to go to Sporting Lisbon for £100,000 a week, so that way we can get 10 million for it? I'm going to say, up yours, man. I'll take the 400,000 quid a week, and I'll go and leave it on free at the end of the year.
Yeah, but you know what they'll do? They'll do what Arsenal have done with all their contracts. Arsenal pay out the contract and let the player go on a free, just so they can. So what they'll do, they'll agree like a term to pay it out. So
we won't though, because why haven't we done that with Phil Jones? Why haven't we put Eric Bailly on a?
Yeah, I get you've done that now, but we did the contracts with Abba, Ozil. We've done all those big contracts. We had people like Socrates, Kolasinac 120, Bellerin still on 100 that we're going to cancel this week. You know what I mean? So all those contracts, they all add up, and you guys have bigger wages than us. So eventually, sometimes you just got to cut your ties and reset, and that's what Arsenal did. So our selling has been completely dog shit. Selling is horrible. We cannot sell players. That's our biggest thing. I wish we had like Liverpool are great at selling players. They get a good price for them. You guys are okay at it, but like, yeah, I can't remember the last good sale we made was probably a Wobie 4 years ago.
But you think about it, right? What was that? What was say roughly Socrates on? Roughly, give or take.
Socrates was on about, I think, 120 off memory, or 90K, something like that.
So say, let's go.
Ashton, what's happening, brother?
Let's go say between 100 and 150, right? So I think you've got more chance of selling him than a Henderson that's on 250,000 quid a week that you signed with him on a 4-year contract, and you're going to ask 70 million for.
Yeah, of course you.
This is what I mean. Stupid fucking deals. By
but that depends on who's the one that makes those deals. So we've obviously got the director of football now. So you guys don't. I think.
Correct. Would you pay 100,000 quid a week for Phil Jones?
No.
Well, that's what he's on.
I know. So all I'm saying is that if Phil Jones wants to leave, if he is going to leave, the club has to legally pay him out the rest of his contract.
Oh, yeah, correct. But guess what? They won't do that. They'll just re-sign him and just keep paying because they don't want to lose money. It just goes. It's ridiculous.
To me, it's stupid because you're going to lose the money by him sitting there anyway. It's on the wage book. It's taking up.
I was just about to say you'd rather lose
wages.
You'd rather go. Here's the 2 million pissed off than go. Oh, let's sign you another 5-year. He signed a 5-year deal 18 months ago.
So what's this? Why does the Premier League overpay players? Alaba was on 150K when he left Bayern. Yeah, bro, it's only the Premier League that overpays. But I think also you got to factor in that the Premier League does have the most eyes on it. So it does have the most funding out of every league in the world. So they do have the ability to inflate wages. And obviously that's why a lot of people come to the Premier League as well. Like, I don't think Casemiro would... Under normal, so if you offered Casemiro probably what he was getting, 150, 200, if you offered him that same money to come to United, he would have said, no, why would I do that?
Of course.
But, you double the man's wage. He's 30. He's like, this is my retirement plan. I can make 20 mil a year by just playing every now and then. If I get an injury, who cares? You know what I mean? I'm going to be taken care of. Living in, well, Manchester's not the best city, but...
Yeah, but still. I do agree with you though, Ashton. Like in terms of the fact that I've always been a believer, especially with the Premier League, right? Like you look at a lot of the other sports, especially like obviously Ashton. I can see morning from London, so I assume Ashton's English. And you look at a lot of the Australian sports, in terms of the league, the union, the AFL, etc. These guys are on, what every single person within the world could comfortably. Oh, well, let's just be really drastic, right? Could live off 100,000 quid a week. Like you could live off bloody 10,000 quid a week comfortably, right? But let's say 100,000 quid a week, plus sponsorships, plus everything. So I do agree with you that
endorsements and stuff. Yeah,
correct. I do agree that the Premier League is absolutely drastic.
I was just cooking.
Mate, he scored another hat trick last night. So
did he?
Yeah, he's on 37 now for the year. We're
37.
Yeah, 37 from 20 games.
Just crazy.
Yeah, and he's missed 4 penalties too. Go figure.
I've only missed one.
What, for your whole career?
I mean, my whole career, I only missed one.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, mate. I've seen you.
But it was, you know what it was? It was the fact that in that same game, I took a penalty. I slotted a bottom right corner. And then it was the second half, got another penalty. And the keeper got in my head. He's like, go the same way, go the same way. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go the same way. And he saved it. I'm like, fuck. But he saved it and he tipped it out. And then I slid in studs up and I got carded.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Bit salty.
Yeah, he got up and tried to start fighting. But I did it on purpose. So that's all that matters. Yeah. So that's enough of Chelsea anyway. We don't need to talk about them anymore. Do we want to do what I wanted to do is do like a bit of like a football. There's 2 things, obviously. I want to do like a trivia thing, and then I want to do also like a football predictions table. So for us, I just want to see how you want to score the points. So
okay,
like we'll both guess obviously for each game. I'll take it down, but you know what I mean? So if we get a correct score, we get a certain point. If you don't get the correct score, but the team you picked won, or like let's say you pick like a 2-2 draw, but it's a 1-1 draw, you still get a point. But if you get an exact score, you get a different amount of points.
Oh yeah,
and then if you lost, you get 0. So did you want to do it like normal rules? So if you get the exact score, you get 3 points. If you get like the correct like result, you get 1 point as a draw. Sort of thing.
I was literally just about to say let's go 3-1 and obviously 0 if you get it wrong.
Yeah,
because obviously draws. There's no point doing 2-1-0 because obviously picking the score is a lot harder.
I'm gonna pick the 4 matches. Okay, so
we're doing 4 matches, are we?
Yeah. So do you reckon 3 or 4 matches?
No, let's go 4.
I think 4 is a fair thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 game as Arsenal Fulham.
Yep.
I'm gonna do. Well, actually, look, we'll always do our teams. How about that?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Okay. So United versus Souths. And then who do you reckon as the other 2 games? We can go random or big teams. So you got obviously Chelsea, Leicester, City, Palace. You've also got Nottingham, Tottenham, Liverpool, Bournemouth. So
let's go Villa, West Ham.
Oh, you want to do Villa, West Ham? That's only for the one.
That's a good one. I think Villa at home, West Ham bottom of the league. I think it's going to be really. I think that's tough. Let's make it a bit tough, right?
Yeah. I agree with that one. Okay, and then what about what's the last one you reckon?
You pick. I'll pick that one. You pick the next one.
Geez, it's actually so hard to pick which one. Leeds Brighton would be a good game.
Brighton are in good form, eh? Fucking hell.
Man, great manager, fantastic manager.
Yeah, Potter, quality.
Wolves Newcastle will be also good. Bro, and you got to think he sold Ben White, he sold Cucurella.
Yeah. He sold old mate in the midfield to Spurs. That hasn't started yet. What's his name?
Basuma. No, Basuma's played. Yeah, Basuma's played. Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't start though. I think he's been off the bench.
Oh, has he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, look, he's done brilliantly. I'm surprised that maybe they're spending that money on establishing the grounds and stuff. They should really back him a little bit more. Or I think were you telling me that Brighton doesn't have a youth setup?
No, it wasn't me.
Was it Brighton or Brentford? One of them doesn't have a youth setup.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah, they don't have an academy. Fuck. I don't know who to pick for the last one. All right. Which one do you think? Do you think Nottingham Spurs or Chelsea Leicester?
Let's go Nottingham Spurs for the sheer fact that I know how much you hate Spurs. So let's go Nottingham Spurs and see what you can for the points and see what you can see what you come up with to make it a little bit more interesting.
All right. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go put a column here. I'm going to put a Ralph result there. Dylan. Okay. Okay.
You have to we'll just do. I'll forget what I've picked after 5 minutes.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably like build an Excel spreadsheet on my computer, and that way it can just like always stay there. But I won't do it obviously till after. Now that we know, like we'll pick it before stream next time.
Yep.
But I think for this time we'll just do it like this. So when we go through, we don't need to go through the explanation of like why. We're just going pure results. Tushel will be in the toll office next week.
Oh, so that's his one game ban, Ashton. It must be. So he obviously wasn't around for the league.
He should have been obviously off this.
Is he still going to take it? He was on the sideline against Leeds.
So what? Is he actually going to take it? I thought they just didn't give it to him.
I thought he got a one-match ban and 35,000 quid.
I don't know. I thought he got away with it.
And I thought Conte got 15,000 or 20,000 quid. I don't know. Ashton might know. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I thought he got a 1 week ban. Whether or not he got revoked or whatever, I'm not too sure. But I know he definitely got a 1 match ban originally.
Okay. All right. What we'll do, we're going to do these speed predictions. Okay, like we said, 4 teams, four matches. We're going to be scoring it exact score 3 points, correct result 1 point, and a loss. Obviously, incorrect result 0. Arsenal, Fulham.
Am I going first?
Yep, you go first.
Yeah, Arsenal 4-0.
Yep, 4-0. Hey, love it. I love it. I'm actually going to go Arsenal. I'm going to go Arsenal 3-1. I'm afraid Mitrovic might score. United versus Southampton.
United 2-0.
United 2-0. Okay. I'm going to go United 3-1. Oh, God, I went the same. What's wrong with me? Villa versus West Ham.
West Ham 2-1.
Ooh, 2-1 West Ham.
I think Gerrard's in the mud.
I think so as well. I'm actually going to go for a West Ham 1-0 because, I just think it'll be tight. They haven't really been scoring a lot of goals, so I'm just going to go with 1-0. And Nottingham versus Spurs.
Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Will Tottenham score? Will Nottingham score? I'm going to say 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs.
Yeah.
Shit. I am going to go 2-1 Nottingham Forest. I'm taking a gamble. I'm going for the points. I'm going for the points early.
I knew you wouldn't be able to help yourself, eh? That's why I tipped it, because he was like, when you were like Chelsea or Spurs, and I thought, nah, tip Spurs, because I just want to see if Dylan can swallow some pride. Nah, he just can't, can he? I can't.
Look, they haven't been playing that great, so I'm sticking with my guns here. I'm sticking with my guns. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 there. All right, cool. All right, we'll keep that. I'm gonna keep that as well, and I'll keep it in like a spreadsheet or something like that. Now, okay, I've got something for you. All right. Now the window is almost over. Which former player at their peak would you put in your side? Henry. Now, actually, if I had to pick someone, I probably, Arsenal need a Patrick Vieira.
I would say United need a Paul Scholes.
What about a Keane? You don't think Keane?
Yeah, but see, I think Keane would be fantastic. But that's a fantastic question, Actually, I really, really like that question. I think Keane would be, in terms of performance, yes. However, I think at the moment we really need team camaraderie. I just think King would get a few of these little softies offside, to where they don't want to play. So I'd say Paul Scholes.
Ashton, you're on my thing, Petite, yeah. True. I was thinking, yeah, just Vieira to play Xhaka. That's literally where my mind went.
That's a great question. I really like that question, actually.
It is a great question. I've got a little trivia thing now. It's a Premier League trivia. So we're gonna run through it. Premier League trivia. Now
we did this a couple of years ago, didn't we? Before COVID, 3-4 years ago together at the
peak.
We
did. Yeah, I wish they did another one of those.
Yeah.
Now the trivia that we're gonna do. Obviously, I'm gonna read the question. I can't see the answer. I have to tap on the screen to actually see the answer. So I'll be answering it with you before I tap it. And hopefully I'm all right. I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick multiple.
How many questions? Or not too sure.
I think we go with. I don't want to go through too many. I'd like to do 5 a week, little 5 a week, because this one has 50. So until I find another one,
let's go 10 a week.
You want
10 questions a week? 10 a week. Yeah, because you think about 10 questions. Like it'll take you what 20 seconds per question.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
A, B, C, or D. You get the question. It's either blah 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 blah. It doesn't really take you too long to think about it.
Okay. All right. So Premier League trivia questions. I'll be reading them out. Can't see the answer until obviously I say it. And yeah, we're just gonna spitfire. Okay, this is a good one. Here we go. How many wins did Derby County record in the 2007, 2008 season?
I remember this. They actually finished. This is a similar question. They finished with the lowest.
I think it was the lowest tally in history. I was thinking the same thing.
And I think from memory they finished with what are they? Is it A, B, C, or D?
No, it's just I click the answer and that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna tip 2 wins.
How many wins did Derby County record? 07, 08. I think because I remember that as well. I remember it being the worst season recorded in Premier League history, and I think it was just like a ridiculous losing streak. I'm gonna go with 1.
I think it could be 4.
It's 1.
Oh, really?
1.
1 win.
Wow. 7. It's actually 1. I wish I could pull up my screen and show you.
They must have had a few draws then, eh? Because I think they finished with about 12. I think they finished with about 13 points or something.
I think, yeah, it was something crazy like that. Yeah, it was really, really low. Okay, here we go. Which team received a Premier League record transfer fee for their player in 2018? Which team received a Premier League record transfer fee for their player in 2018?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Premier League 2018.
I'm gonna tip Liverpool with Philippe Coutinho.
Oh, I actually can't even. I think that you're bang on. That's actually great. Cause I'm just trying to think of big sales. Obviously, Arsenal making. I think you're bang on, Ralphie.
Was it a little bit? Was it a little bit earlier?
Nah, I think it would have to. It'd have to be that. It'd have to be. Do you want me to click it? I'll click it.
Click it.
I don't. I have no answer for this one. I have genuinely no answer for this one. Liverpool, Philippe Coutinho. You're bang on. You're bang on. You're bang on.
Boom, baby.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna find another one. So some of these are actually like funny ones, like who bit Branislav Ivanovic's arm in 2013. I'm not gonna obviously do that. Okay, here we go. Winner of the 2018 Golden Boot. 2018. I'm gonna go Aguero.
What was it? So last year was 21, which would have been, which was 21.
Salah and Son last year, and then Abba was the year before.
Was Abba the year before?
Yeah.
In 20.
Oh, Kane's a shout, Ashton.
Yeah, I was just about to say if Abba, I didn't know if Kane was 19, but if Abba was 2020, then I think Kane won the 2 years before that. So I'm going to say Harry Kane.
You going Harry Kane Golden Boot 2018? I want to go. Damn, I'm regretting it now. Mohamed Salah in 2018.
Oh, what?
No way.
Wow.
I did not expect that one.
No,
I
neither.
did not expect that one. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you one, Dan, your alley, because I'll just be taking a punt at this, honestly.
Here we go.
Brilliant. Who captained Manchester United? Yeah. Who captained Manchester United between 1997 and 2005? 97, 2005.
Mate, I was 5 years old.
Yeah. Was Keane playing still there? Giggs.
No, it wasn't Giggs because Giggs was class 99. He was only very, very young. 1997 and 2005. Oh. Is there A, B, C, or D, or is it just a guess?
It's just an answer. There's no A, B, C, D's.
I'm gonna say. Is it Keane? You know, I'm gonna take a. I honestly I couldn't tell you. I'm gonna. It can't be Neville. Can't be Giggers. Can't be Skulls. So they're obviously class of 99. So those are the juniors coming through.
Yeah,
so it's one of those things. I'm gonna say. Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Roy Keane.
Oh, I was tossing up.
I'm the Man United fan. I'm the Man United fan.
I was tossing up between the two. I said, was it Keane? Yeah, it was definitely one of those players.
Oh, here we go. This is I think this one's easy. Banned for 9 months after fly kicking an opponent. Yeah, we know who that was.
Oh yeah, we know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an insane ban. You think about 9 months these days. That's incredible, eh?
Oh, imagine him doing that in this day. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to. Do you reckon you'd never be allowed to play again these day and age, or?
Well, yeah, probably because you're gonna look at Gig should be the last boss in GTA. Okay, here we go. First opposition player to score in the newly inaugurated Tottenham Hotspur Toilet Bowl. First player to score in the Toilet Bowl.
Oh.
Now
at the new stadium.
Yeah, the Toilet Bowl. Yeah. I think it wasn't someone like a Kane or Son. I think it was like I don't know if it was a defender like Doherty or it was like a Lucas Moura or someone like that. It was someone different. It wasn't a well-known name.
What about?
Lamella?
I was going to say Moura. What about like a Harry Winks or something like that?
Yeah, it's something odd.
Yeah,
I'm just
very
trying to
bizarre.
What
about like Veronin and what's the other?
Vertonghen.
Vertonghen, and what was the other centre back's name?
Alderweireld.
Yeah, Varel. Alderweireld.
I had a feeling it was like a right back or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock in Lamella. I'm gonna go Lamella. I don't know what else to pick. All right. Mikel Antonio. I didn't even think of an opponent scoring.
Antonio. Oh, I didn't even think of that either.
Antonio. I didn't.
I thought it had to be a Spurs player.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
That's a tricky question.
Here we go. This player has played for PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, Bolton, Chelsea, Juventus, and West Bromwich Albion. Who am I?
Repeat.
Played for PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, Bolton, Chelsea, Juventus, and West Bromwich Albion. I have no freaking clue. Played for PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, Bolton, Chelsea, Juventus. See, I'm just
Chelsea too. So Chelsea was on there.
Yeah. So there's Chelsea, Juve, West Bromwich Albion. I'm trying to think of people that went from like Arsenal, West Brom, like there's Gibbs and stuff. Bolton, not sure. Real Madrid, Arsenal, PSG, Liverpool. It has to be someone old, man. It has to be an old shagger.
Did he shot? Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, Anelka. Ashton. I think he's fucking done it, hasn't he?
What?
Nicholas Anelka.
Wow. How did I forget
that?
Well done.
How did I forget that?
I didn't even know what Anelka played.
Dude, yeah, he was a goat. Arsene Wenger sold Nicholas Anelka and he ended up buying, I think, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, and setting up like a youth academy with that transfer fee to Real Madrid. Yeah.
I would never.
It was like one of the biggest sales back in the day, like 30 million.
Oh,
Ashton, that was sensational. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I didn't know that Anelka played for City. I didn't know he played for Man City.
He played for Chelsea, obviously, yeah.
Oh, god damn. Man, he actually went to some massive clubs. That's crazy. Nicholas Anelka. Damn. Okay.
That is impressive.
Okay, here we go. First to score. Okay, so first player in the Premier League to score 5 goals in a single Premier League game.
Yeah, Dwight York. Oh no, sorry, Andy Cole against Ipswich Town.
Andy Cole.
Bang, thank you. That was against Ipswich. Or doesn't say.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he won that game 7-0 or 9-0 or something. And I'm pretty sure Andy Cole scored 5, or even more than that. I think. There you go, 9-0. Boom. There you go, Ashton. Hold on. Ashton's all over it, eh?
He's on it. 9-0. Jesus Christ. He's on it. Okay. Oh, well, this one's easy. Which team won an entire season without losing? Clearly, best club in the world.
Yeah, I know. Gonna go through it again this year.
Invincible's
2021, 2022.
That's it. No, 2022, 2023.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, 2022, 2023. Sorry. Fucking hell. I'm losing track of the years.
Okay. Who was top scorer at the end of the first ever Premier League season?
Alan Shearer, 1992-93. Was that Alan Shearer or not? Or was he later than that?
No, Shearer would have been... Maybe. He could have been young then. Alan Shearer.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't think Ian Wright ever scored a lot of goals.
We weren't even... We're only just born, mate.
I know. I'm just trying to think back in...
Shearer, actually. Shearer would have been way later than that. Now I'm thinking of it. Shearer would have...
Shearer was 92 era. Fowler would have been way later, man. Fowler was like early 2000s. Because the Premier League was founded in 92, so...
correct.
I can't think of one. I'm just trying to think of like legends from back then. Arsenal had the amazing 89 season, beat Liverpool.
What about
who do we have up top?
Yeah, but I think we were quite good then, weren't we? For
It probably would have been. It was always between us two, around that area.
What about?
All right, here we're gonna go.
What about? Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, off you go. I was gonna guess.
So top goal scorer at the end of the first ever Premier League season. Obviously, we don't know. Teddy Sheringham. Fucking hell.
There you go.
Wouldn't have got that. I thought righty as well.
That must have been before. Obviously, before we signed him, and then we signed him, I assume.
Possibly. All right, let me find one more good one.
Have we gone through 9?
We've probably been through a little bit more.
Because
there's a couple like obvious ones. Who would that be? Okay, here we go. Name the player scored after 9.69 seconds in 2019. Did I say 9? I meant 7.69. So name the player scored after only 7.69 seconds in 2019.
It's going to be something bizarre, I reckon.
2019. I'm just trying to think. I know Mane got that really quick hat trick, but that wasn't 7 seconds, was it? But he was at Southampton then. He would have been at Liverpool in 2019.
Mate, I'm just going to take a guess and say I've got absolutely no idea. Danny Welbeck. I've got no idea. No idea.
I'm trying to think who it could be. I don't think it's not Mane. Trying to think of lower tiers. Was someone like Newcastle? I don't know.
That's what I mean, like
Shane Long.
Oh, for Southampton, I think he used to play for.
I was on the books at Southampton. I was pretty close.
Yeah. I think Shane Long used to play for Southampton.
Yeah. Damn.
Righto, one more. Go one more. Okay. One more. And then one more, and that's it. You can't finish on that one.
Okay. Okay, here we go. True or false? Okay, ready? True or false? Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 11 direct free kicks in the Premier League. True or false? False. I reckon false as well. It's true. Fuck.
What? I swear he scored about 7 in a season, I would have thought.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
That's funny.
I would have said, did you think higher or lower?
I thought lower.
You thought lower?
Well, direct free kicks, like, and
Yeah.
it wasn't in the Premier League for too long. I know he scored a couple of great ones, but
See, I would have thought, geez, that's bizarre, because I would have thought like he would have, like you think about, he's been what? Obviously, this is his second season. Oh, don't know if he scored any last year, but
he did score one last year.
Oh, there you go. See, he was only what? Say he was only pretty much scoring, say, like 1, maximum 2 a year. And you think about how many he would have had. You know, he probably would have had. He probably would have had like say 50 a season.
Yeah, but see, I remember a lot of Ronaldo's
right?
highlights from like. Yeah, okay.
What's
Here
the
we go.
best
Here we
one
go.
he's ever scored? Yeah, righto.
Oh, the best one. We all know the best one.
Yeah, there you go. Portsmouth. Yeah.
That might want to go against Portsmouth. Yeah. Okay. So, true or false? David Beckham scored more free kicks than Cristiano Ronaldo in the Premier League. That has to be true. Beckham in the Premier League scoring more free kicks.
It's got to be. But it's
it
probably
has
going
to
be
be true.
false. I think so too. But I thought. Oh, there you go. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I was going to say after thinking Ronaldo was false, then it was probably going to be a trick question.
Yeah, I know.
Geez, that's good fun. I enjoy that, eh?
I love a good bloody trivia.
I
have to find more of those ones. They're really good.
It's right, guys, I've come across a couple of just quickly. Not so much this season, but probably like 12 odd months ago. I've had a couple of mates flip me through, and you actually have to you've got say 5 minutes or whatever. The timer goes down to guess. Like say there's been 50 teams to ever enter the Premier League, and you have to name as many of the 50.
Oh, dude, that'd be so hard.
And that's you have 5 minutes. You have to name as many of the 50 as you can. I can't remember what the digits were now, but it's mate. Some of them, I think I got it to. I think I missed. I can't remember if it was 30, 40, 50, whatever. I missed about 4 of them, and I was just like, wow. And they're like, in the Premier League. Oh, sorry, in the league in like 1970 something. It's like fucking hell. How am I meant to know that?
It's freaking impossible. Yeah.
Good fun though. Like it's really enjoyable.
They need to do one of those other ones at the Pig.
Definitely. I'll be at the Pig on Saturday night, mate. Over Southampton early kickoff.
Oh yeah.
I'll be there ready to go.
Another dub for Southampton. Can't wait.
Yep.
All right, guys. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Hey, right. Catch us.